Namaskar, I'm Ashok Vyas, and this program is very special by the presence of someone who will be sharing his analytical views for some of the important events that we have witnessed in the past week. I have the pleasure of welcoming Padma Shri recipient Dr. Sudhir Parikh. Namaste, Dr. Sahab. Welcome.
Namaskar everyone.
So before we venture into the news and everything, let us talk about the spirit of welcoming New Year. How do you see that in your heart as well as around you this time?
Well, I think New Year is going to be much better than the year which is passing away now, because New Year, as you can see, even usually the feeling and euphoria of the economy and people's perception of the well-being is the stock market. And as you can see, the stock market went up almost 10% in last 1 month. That shows that and always stock market is a prediction of the future. It means they predict usually 6 months to a year ahead of the time. So if you take that index or that marker, then I think 2024 will be much better economically speaking. And if economy is good, the interest rate will go down. People will have more ability to purchase the things, and there will be all good news.
Yeah. So I think that's a good news, as well as it brings you to another general discussion that one hears looking at the way America is sharing its position on the global setup, a new geopolitics as is emerging, as well as the American economy. So do you think there is still American dream existing alive and kicking as it used to be for immigrants?
Yes, of course. I mean, even though all this nonsensical comment by former President Donald Trump has no meaning. Without immigrant, America is a country of immigrants. Some immigrants came 300 years ago, and some came today. So that doesn't mean that it ceased to be an immigrant country. So all the immigrant has a lot of good future here, very bright future, and still there is hundreds and thousands of people are still coming, whether that's a student or businessman or and they are saying that jokingly that when NRI comes to in India, the local Indian bachelor kind of gets deprived of good girls, because this NRI, on the name of the America, they take away the good girls.
So in this context, while we are talking, as well as we are aware that India is growing in terms of opportunities as well as its look and everything, yet the recent report says that people who are illegally trying to enter America, a large number of them are of Indian origin. What could be the reason why people want to flee?
It could be though Indian economy is doing better than before, and economy GDP is also better, but there is it does not translate into the opportunities to the young people, and that is the key. So unless if you are say engineer, doctor, architect, or whatever professionally, or even just student, high school graduate, everyone is always they dream to have some job, their own independence and own future, and that's why I think still India is lacking in that, unfortunately. But I'm sure it will catch up. But that's why even a lot of people, particularly students, I mean, if you look at the data, this year there are so many students came from India to USA, and because they don't see much opportunity after finishing their professional education.
I think it has a lot to do with India's population also, and it
could be.
Yeah.
Population, massive population is always disadvantage, right? Because there is not enough facility to help them out. But right now, even there is not. See, we have to create the job. Government should create the job, and unless they create the job, people don't have job. I mean, what I understand that there are vacancies in the government services in millions and is not fulfilled, or they are not filling it. So why not? They should fill it, and that way at least those more million people can get job, because most of the employment is either government based or private based, right? And or you can go independent as a businessman. So only the certain state has a kind of capability of doing as a businessman, particularly in the Maharashtra, Gujarat, or even Rajasthan, and otherwise most of the other states like UP and those things, the people are not have no attitude for business. They all attitude of doing government service or government employment or employment run by some corporations or something like that.
So I have to agree to disagree with you on that, because I think there are many good industrialists as well as business and entrepreneurs in UP also. I think that has to be there in all the states.
There has to be, but see, the UP young man will not think about starting his own business, whether it is small or doesn't matter how small the business is. While in the Gujarat or Rajasthan, people will think about starting their own business, because that's their in their genetics.
Probably there are more prone or sort of charged up for business. But again, every place will have, and the number might be different. There was a global investor summit organized by Uttar Pradesh government, and they are also trying to increase investment as well as. But switching our attention towards what you just referred to. So Prime Minister Narendra Modi recently was at Surat and a big diamond-oriented space inauguration. And there also he mentioned about the potential of job creation, maybe 150,000 or something, if I remember it incorrectly or correctly. But he has been organizing several melas, giving, etc. So one side is government's creation of job, but that brings me to another side. Recently, there was breach of security in the parliament, and on the pretext that government is not giving jobs. So I just bring that reference, and you must have seen those images of parliament filled with smoke, one lady shouting such slogans outside the parliament also. What did you make out of it, and the way in the aftermath of the investigation where we are now?
I think the breach of the parliament security is a very serious thing. I mean, luckily these are the kids who probably they are not terrorists or anything and did not mean to harm anybody. They wanted to make their point that they are jobless and they are looking for a job. That's what he was telling, right, on the TV. But the breach of the parliament means what I understand that this new parliament has such a kind of arrangement where you have to pass through 3 checks before you go to visitor gallery. Because then they went there, and then from there they jump into the well. So how did that happen? Because they went with the metal cane, they went with the whatever.
They hid it in the shoe or something.
Yeah, whatever it is. But they passed through the metal detectors, right?
Yes.
So it means either somebody was sleeping at the switch, or somebody could be accomplished with them. Most likely that guy is sleeping at the switch, because these are the kids. They didn't mean much serious thing. They are not terrorists per se, right? Right now it looks like that way. So it means security is lax. So it should not be like that, because you never know, tomorrow real terrorist comes through like this, and they put the real do the bomb. They are in the well. There are 500 MPs are sitting there. Half of them get hurt and injured, right? So that is very serious. So this should not be happening. Just like here in airport security breach, just like why we are taking out the shoes and all those things all the time, because of the security. Because what happened in 2011 or 9/11 because of the somebody who.
So let me just bring this from the side of those who are perpetrators in this attempt of, not just attempt, actually they succeeded, and in the background of the threat made by Khalistani terrorist or activist sitting here in America, Pannan, that before 13 December there will be an attack on Parliament. They may or may not have any connection with him, but they did prepare for over a year. That is becoming clear through investigation, and these were people who joined each other on the internet, coming from different states, and it was very well planned, and they did some.
But you see, you are right, but unfortunately, the passes were given by BJP MP.
That is correct.
So again, that is questionable judgment of that MP. MP may not be knowing them and just gave one recommendation of some friends or whatever.
No, sorry. No, we will go to the MP. But I was just staying with them for a second to bring to your attention, or rather remind you.
I don't think this was Khalistani link or anything.
No, it wasn't. It doesn't look like. But the lady who was making her points outside, who was with this smoke, whatever it was, and she was saying that there is no job, and she's saying this is dictatorship by Prime Minister Modi. And the same lady, you must have seen in social media, was earlier addressing this farmers' agitation as well in certain rallies where she's promoting, or rather supporting, Congress. And she's like 40 something, and she's well read. But if you don't want to have a job, you will not have a job. It is. But I'm just saying the way they chose this sort of a way to make a point, that leads you to think there might be something deeper to it.
No, but if it is, I think you are stretching wrong way, in a sense that if it is connection with the Congress or opposition party, then BJP MP would not given them pass to go in, right?
No, that is one way to look at it. Maybe not.
Yeah, because there must BJP MP said himself that that boy's or girl's father was a good friend of his, who came to him and asked for a request for the pass. Whether he gave unknowingly or knowing, we don't know.
That is correct.
But I think the best thing to do is there has to be get investigated.
That is happening. Yes.
Yes, it cannot be taken lightly. And I think all said and done, it should be is a serious breach of Parliament, because Parliament, where just like an aeroplane, once we sit in the plane, we all feel comfortable, and if there is a breach there inside one's plane in the flight, and if there is a breach there, then we all get very nervous, right? That's what happened in 9/11. So I think investigation has to be done before we, at least I can give any judgment. I will wait for investigation report.
Yeah, of course we are
analyzing. And I think optic doesn't look good by suspending so many MPs by just, even though they should not be making unnecessary hulla in the Parliament.
Plus showing placard in.
Yeah, whatever. So they have to follow the rules too. But the same token, for that to suspend hundreds of MP, that shows kind of against, it doesn't chive well probably with the public,
So let us hope how it plays out, and there is much more that is happening on this front also, where the MPs outside on the stairs made a mockery of the Uparashtrapati, and Rahul Gandhi was shown taking video, and again. So we probably will have to wait and watch how things turn out to be. But this is, I think you will agree with me, that opposition is making use of this particular event to corner the government and probably make some scores for the upcoming elections.
No, I agree with you. I agree with you. And that opposition is taking advantage of this event or incident,
Yeah, and that's what they are supposed to do. So we don't know much about how things work out. Yeah. But as we conclude on once again bringing to coming new year, and what will be your message for our viewers as we say bye?
Well, dear friends, we are now saying goodbye to 2023 and welcoming 2024. And with all the indications, the 2024 will be much brighter, much productive, economically and socially. And I'm sure our Prime Minister Narendra Modi will win 2024, and that will take India into the another higher strata, and the growth of the India will be much better than what we saw in last 10 years. So hope and wish that Prime Minister Modi gets elected with the thumping majority, so he can do whatever good for country. So after saying that, I would like to say God bless America, God bless India, God bless Indian American, and I love you all. Till then, I wish you all the Happy New Year and Happy Holidays and Merry Christmas. Thank you.